the, I mean, tank, but not that one. The Wukong, rather. Yeah, they do on that one. Then on Perhaps Great to the doggies, the Chaos Base. Yeah. Let's get to level 4 first. Charm lands into the Orb of Deception and the Foxfire. Bounce throw him down as well. This gets really dicey. Random doesn't have any mana. He can't slide away. Oh, first moment to bounce. I don't think he needed to give that over. Velia would have been better with it. I'm not going to lie. Smite. Yeah. There we go. Now Rabble's in danger. Needs to consider sliding over the wall. Doesn't.
Not what you need today, because Los Ratones is obviously favored to make it out of this group. We just saw Barca actually turning it around, as we can see a possible dive. A very nice equalizer coming out, but the taunt on Vanur is there. But in the end, Rebel actually able to help his top laner pick up that kill. Very important for Vanur, who also can take over a carry personality. Their sights toward this Drake, with bot lane being relatively pushed in. It doesn't look as if Kaufland can actually go to contest this, as we get some more top lane action. This might be actually the most exciting lane to look at. No equalizer for Vanur, so he has to...
Yeah, but he just does damage anyway.
Oh my god!
Yep.
I love
there
that.
You go. There
That's
you go.
my top laner, chat. I know you have your Bowsy, but I have my Vanur.
Oh, gonna pick up that solo bowler right there, and that's the thing. We talked about it, how the Rumble can be so strong. Rabble once again looking to get himself caught out on enemy chickens, immediately charmed up big damage.
He can use the clone to make it out alive, thankfully, but now Random has to pull out the Empress Divide in order to save himself and his jungler. That was a big investment for some.
And with a couple of big objectives coming up in the next few minutes, that could potentially be impactful. We'll have to track that one through. Speaking of, the grubs are going to be available. Right now, Battle's potentially getting caught, but Velia is in the area.
Yeah, Velia kind of looking for it, so is Rebel. Rebel has to find a way over the wall. Equalizer landing, but he takes the hero's entrance to make a hero's exit, but in the end, he goes down anyway. Speed of Warfare secured for the Angry Knights, while Random and Nemesis are also trying to get something done. Not sure what it is. They're very split off.
You can see multiple members right here of Kaufland closing in around Baus. He's pretty tanky. We've seen him use the hero's entrance to get away.
Wow, that just tickled him. But in the end, he has to be a little careful. There's just a few too many members under your turret right there, as Wisdom has to tank it, but it's an important kill for Jeskla. But they're looking to do the cross-map play, as the equalizer has already been used on the wave here. The wave, therefore, very, very thin. Now Reckless moving in, all of the pack. Vanur, no chance to leave, has no flash, has no ult, has only one way out, and that's death. Therefore, they managed to pick up a plating.
Yeah, without the wave, all of a sudden, you're not going to be able to push this one through anywhere near as quickly, whereas you see right here.
How it's going to go for them, as Los Ratones are in a better position here to move towards the second Drake. And there's nothing Kaufland want to do about that as of right now. Wisdom just loves to roam and hang around everyone but his AD carry. That's kind of a thing for them. They ignore Jeskla because they know he can play it safely.
And if they are able to pick themselves up, even just one win here, but especially if they're able to take the series versus Los Ratones, that really puts a lot of extra stock right here. Oh, hang on, Emmy. Oh, boy. Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah. Uh-oh, indeed. He does have the Spirit Rush, but he's not rushing anywhere. He is just dead. And this is also an important factor, I would say. Wisdom and Rebel struggled very hard when we look back at Winter Split and Prime League as well. They just weren't on the same page. It just looked very...
I think that means you're pretty much playing with house money on this Herald. We'll see how they're going to be able to use it. It would be really nice for them to be able to unlock that mid lane tier 1. It really helps, especially versus champions like the Galio, like the Neferi and Ari, who want to roam around a lot, really get involved across a lot of lanes.
Oh god, they're doing it again.
Yeah, but Velia is here, and you've got other members of Los Ratones on the way too.
Vanur's just trying to zone them away. They managed to pick up this turret. Now Nemesis has to be a bit careful, uses the ultimate to disengage here.
Oh, the TP
now
behind.
with Crowny in the area, they're looking to go for this team fight. Very important, as their turret has been put down, as the equalizer's coming out as well as the Glacier Fisher, but they're moving in, they're moving forward. The turret trying to do some work for them, as Wisdom has to flash out, but Vanur ends up going down. And Los Ratones, they are so in this game.
Yeah, they managed to get that map rotation off beautifully. Yes, Nemesis has used that TP to move up towards that mid lane play, but Baus had not and is able to get into the backline on that one. Even through that Azir Sundisk, it really doesn't matter. We do see the Drift Herald go down into the mid lane and a jump onto Crowny. Oh, is he just dead? Oh, okay.
Oh, he has to flash and barrier, so no sums left for him as they're looking for a catch. Now Rebel flashing out Jeskla again. Sold, that was interesting.
targetable, jump
I
up
hate
into the air all of a sudden,
So
reset that
annoying.
tower aggro as well. It is incredibly frustrating, but another fight. This would be soul point right here for Los Ratones if they can get it.
Yeah, and it looks like it because Random only now joining the fight. They have to look for some positioning. Tesla using the ultimate, but very nicely shielded here by Reckless as Crowny is looking to fire out, but they are zoning them pretty well. Wisdom now in, the Equalizer coming out, and they're trying to go for it, and they manage to steal the drag! They actually steal the drag as Rebel. Now it's the run for the hills. Important ultimate coming out here from Random as he has to dash forward. They're giving up some kills, but they pick up the Drake. And I think overall, that was more important than winning the fight because you want to deny that early soul point here.
Yeah, I mean, being on soul point fight only just comes through here for Rabbit. He's now going to be able to be a little bit tankier, a little bit more of a frontliner for them. This should make the fights a bit easier.
Why are you hitting Reckless here? He has the door up in his face. You're not going to do anything. If anything, you're getting caught out here as... Okay,
wait!
Comes through, but that headbutt was huge. But now with the TPs coming in, there is a bit of a numbers advantage for the moment here for Los Ratones as they're putting out so much damage. Glacier Fisher from Reckless also doing the work. And now they have to find a way to get out of this. Kaufland really caught in a bad situation here. Not easy to position when you're fighting inside the jungle. Random trying to make his way underneath the turret. And Los Ratones, they can turn their eyes towards UK. As Kaufland really have to find a way to either deny this Atakan or at least get a catch out of this as Baus looking to go in. They're taking their sight away from the Atakan, moving back in to play the fight as good as they can. And Venur sadly being caught out here. Can't do anything from Los Ratones. Instead, they're looking to push out waves. You can see both Random and Venur moving up towards topside, looking to find something there, maybe take away 1 or 2 camps.
Very good spot for themselves at this point. Watch Nemesis just be able to take down this tier 1 tower in the bottom lane. Gets himself a good injection of gold. 5-1 and 3.
Poke a little bit. That's pretty much all he can do at this point. He has to find the positioning to actually play this front to back as the charm hits onto Rebel and he's just deleted from the map. Baus might be picked up here, but he manages to stay alive for a long time. They have to invest a whole lot of time in order to make this play happen as Wisdom trying to push them into the wall. TP's coming in, but I'm not sure you still can fight this. You're 2 members down in this scenario. They have to go for a few of these Hail Mary plays. They need to find their footing back, get a catch here and there. But this just gives Los Ratones the opportunity to possibly even turn towards Baron if they want to. Instead, they're looking to go for these backports, come back in full health, and possibly then look to take the next major objective of the map.
On a gold to spend right here as Los Ratones head back to base. Velia potentially looking to just get a kill right here onto Random. No flash, no ulti. Does have a tower available to him and a decent amount of damage with that Leandry.
Definitely. In general, I gotta say, Random having a bit of a rougher game, but it was clear that this team will probably struggle a lot harder on an international stage again. They haven't really showed up in the way they wanted to in the first place, and now they're looking how far they can go here in this tournament as with Nuers just leaving the map. He wants to go on a quick little trip to the base. We're now moving to see if there's a next team fight maybe popping off, but both Nemesis and Reckless are doing a good job at zoning Kaufland away. Baus as well going to trap them from behind a little bit as the Baron goes down, mostly soloed by Velia if you want it that way, and now Kaufland have to look to find their way towards this next Drake. Not even sure if Los Ratones really want to go for it. They could just use their Baron buff and go, because Kaufland is still so many Drakes down, but in the end it's the soul, and you surely don't want to give that one up. Velia looking to steal away some camps from Rebel here as well. Now Kaufland not in the worst position. They find a very nice engage with Wisdom Equalizer as well. Used on also the Glacier Fisher doing a lot of work, but now Wisdom caught out once more. Just a little too far forward here. And with Baus coming over the wall, putting even more zoning into the face of Kaufland Hangry Knights, they have to take a step back. They are at an disadvantage as Nemesis is just doing so much work here. Holy cow, Venur probably dying as the hero's entrance comes down. And now they're split apart. Random in a 1v2, trying to pick up a kill whilst Crowny just dominates him, and it's the shutdown in the end. But at what cost? You're getting aced. Venur is back on the map, but there's nothing he can do. They have the Baron buff, and they will have the soul, and they will look to push their waves as close to the enemy base as they can.
It was the TP out of Venur that able to keep him alive, but barely. was so low. Baus playing that fight really well, just buying so much space for his team, using that hero's entrance as well to make sure that Nemesis survives. Yeah, not what you're going to be looking for at all. And thus Ratones, they put themselves in a great position to be able to close that one out. Through 8,000 gold, the advantage they've got at the moment. They just need to cross their T's, dot their I's, and push this one through for the end.
Look, we're always talking about, oh, there's a possibility for a throw. I don't see Los Ratones throwing that away. They are just too coordinated. They have a really good game plan here. They have waited for that big deciding fight in order to really show up. They gave Kaufland some space in the early game, as maybe now they're giving over a pick, but Velia again just goes untargetable. He's putting the dogs in the face of Rebel, who has to try and fight them off. And now 4 members strong, they're looking to push it to the space with the Glacier Fissure into Charm. Oh my god, it's beautiful. Los Ratones just putting out some beautiful League of Legends here as they're looking to end this game right here, right now. Call of the Pack coming through. It's a double kill for Velia. They're looking for more heroes entrance. They are getting cocky. They want to fight this. They want the ace. It's the triple kill. Can he go for the quarter or even the meta?
Baus.
This is stolen. Baus wants his piece of cake in this. And they are looking to end the game. Wave coming in. Turrets going down. And Kaufland have to watch while it all happens. The Prime League 3rd seed can't do anything. And this game 1, rightfully so, goes over to the NLC seed #1 to Los Ratones.
With your angles, and I think the vision control that Los Ratones have been putting down the entire game are going to make this very, very difficult.
I so wanted the Blitzcrank, but
Has been played a lot around the entire world. Huge prior on that. I think it's a big takeaway for Kaufland that they are able to play that. However, there is a whole lot of disengage on the side of Los Ratones, as Venur has to be careful, still has the flash available. Also, he is an ambassador, so he can dash for ages, but he messed up his flashes, being knocked up underneath the turret. Both flashes used, though, from Velia and Baus. So I'm not gonna say that's worth it, but it's at least something.
Yes, you managed to get a couple of those key engage tools away. The flashes absolutely had to come through, and now Baus going to be forced back to base. Actually, is just going to get flashed and taken down. Rabble finds the angle, and that's really going to suck for him.
I guess he found out that Velia is also a big carry jungler, has a lot of carry potential within him. And now they're going at it one-on-one in this jungle, but with Rebel being very far down in life, and obviously the Crescent Guard giving you that fake tankiness, it's an easy play made here for Velia, who picks up that kill. And kidding, of course, I never did that. What do you mean? Baus now finding Jeskla in the top lane. Jeskla has to be a bit careful because Baus is 2 levels up on him, but he's just firing away. Baus doesn't really care, you know, he's just doing what he always does. Takes the wave. If he dies, he dies. That's fine, you know. That's just his thing. Wisdom misses the root. Now Rebel has to move in as well. They're committing 3 members to even get the kill whilst the wave is still pushing. Drake has been taken. Not going to be easy. I think they need to find an answer to the split push that Baus is going to put on the map eventually. He's already doing that with always going back into the proxy, forcing Venur away, as well as they're now coming in with the ultimate. Rebel in the area. They're picking up another kill on Baus, but for what? For what?
I mean, hey, they picked themselves a bit longer. We'll have to keep tracking it, right? It is still going to be annoying to deal with, and very good teams have had real struggles with trying to stop Baus. But
well, they want to go in, but Crescent Guard doing a lot of work. We're looking for the Pop Blossom. Pop Blossom coming up, and now it's up to Jeskla. Jeskla is a bit far in front, and the ultimate from Random doesn't work out at all. He doesn't actually go for the surf here. There for ADC, down. For a second there, I thought he's going to go absolutely nuts, but he decided he wants to go for the Herald instead, which, of course, makes a lot more sense.
I'm certain that he thought about it. Oh, not again.
Oh my god.
No.
Have you seen the Tristana? Because I most certainly
unless
can't.
He's got his fanciest feet.
Well, he's definitely trying to make a run for it as the Nemesis able to pick up the first turret for the side of Los Ratones, who now have a gold lead of about 2.6k. Wisdom, of course, going down. Yeah, well, it's a fight between supports. If it happens, it happens. I think he was well aware of that. As Venur now looking to get something back here in the 1v1 versus Baus, but he also has lost out when it comes to farm quite a bit. And Baus, of course, a farming machine on the side lane, doing a great job at that. And we're getting closer to the moment where you gotta wonder who's gonna kill him. I know who won't. It's not gonna be Venur, because he's dead. And so is the turret. And what looked like a decent, let's say,
On
first.
that one, as we move through the stages here of the EMEA Masters Spring. But right now, you can see a lot of aggression going down again between these two top laners. Now, Venom knows the Baus doesn't have the Nom available right now. Goes in.
Public execution hits, very nice. Thrown back here into Random's face.
He's
And
so fast. Just going to be able to push the top laner for Kaufland away from this one. Baus, he's looking for another solo bolo, and yeah.
yeah, he can. I mean, Random, he tries to flash away. He tries to dish out some damage. He might actually make it out alive, which is
Yeah,
good
without the
news.
Nom.
Well, let's see. Feast is not available for him, and
Okay.
therefore Random actually wins this one. It's not
But
a
look
1v1.
Look top. This is
Yeah,
the thing.
they're
You're
losing.
pulling so many members over to deal with Lost Ratones' top lane that you're forgetting that they have 4 other members. I know sometimes it doesn't necessarily feel like it, but there are other players on this map. They're going to be able to pick up that tier 2 tower in the top lane. Going to be turned around into a tier 2 tower for Kaufland in the bot side, and they are going to do a little bit of drifting. Does he get to
Come
keep
on.
his driver's license? Come on.
Wisdom.
He does!
Wisdom.
Yes!
Good job. That's my support, or something. I don't know. He's trying. His clone is also trying very hard as they're looking to get another fight on the board. Crowley having to use the ultimate. A bit of a defensive ult there from him. Doesn't have the feather pullback. But we still end up losing Random in this team fight, and now they're looking to pick up Rebel as well. Not really anything he can do. It's the double kill for Nemesis, who has been playing a killer series so far. First game was great. The charms that he hit really did make a huge difference for the team. His Wisdom goes down as well on the side. And now on the Syndra as well. He's just
But if
putting
not, it really didn't grab them too much. Venor being able to pick up this top lane tower is going to help some. Brings the gold lead down to only 4,000. They can play around right here. The Syndra already got 100 splinter stacks. Nemesis in a very strong position. Going to use it right here to just one-tap Random. I was going to say not quite one-tap him, but...
Okay.
Oh,
We do get a little bit of redemption here.
Right.
We're all coming over it. Yesta even in the fight as well. Very nice pop blossom. This is what I mean when I say Random can turn plays around. They find the kill onto Reckless as well. Another shutdown in the bags, and they're looking to at least minimize that gold lead a little bit. But now against Baus and Velia, it's not going to be as easy. Crowny, obviously also in the area. There's not really anything you can fight for apart from this Atakan. I'm not sure this is the objective for you to start now. As we all know, Atakan is the new Baron throw. You know, anything can happen. And this objective is up for grabs. Is Velia looking to find a way in. Baus, obviously, looking as well. Maybe he can find a knockup. Maybe they can capitalize off of that. And Crowny as well, looking to throw in some feathers, having the feather pullback. But
Oh
in
my
the end,
God.
it's the Atakan for Kaufland.
okay.
And that is not necessarily a bad thing.
No, actually pushing these waves, trying to take down these towers. The towers have really been falling all across the board. 4 for Los Ratones, 3 for Kaufland. That's very fast for this amount of towers to go down.
I think it's an interesting conversation to have if Atakan is actually important. As we can see, Baus being picked up once more. Not sure how much gold he's worth anymore, but hey, of course, take him away as Nemesis, using all he got in order to kill off Wisdom once more. And I think it's interesting because chat is kind of torn about, oh, does Atakan here matter? Is it important? I think if you're up 3 Drakes, it does matter a little bit because it does give you that little extra when it comes to having the soul. But I know who's not getting any extra today. It's Random because he's dead again.
Yeah.
It's only 4k, but it's still enough to put them in a very awkward position, especially with all of these turrets being down. They're looking for another catch in the jungle here, but again, the Crescent Guard, it's being used, and there's not really anything you can do as Rebel drops dead like a fly on the side. We get another Pop Blossom, but is there any follow-up damage? Velia looking to make it out, but in the end, everyone's going down. They're dropping like flies. And it is Random and Venur against the world. They're trying to trade something back. Random actually dishing out some decent damage, but again, it is Nemesis moving in as soon as he joins the fight. The thing is just unplayable. Weaver's Wall being used to split them away just a little bit. Ultimate is gone. And now with the TP in, Venur trying to save the turrets, trying to buy some...
Toners, right? They're trying to not look too far ahead, but right now, this game at least feels like it's going in their favor pretty significantly. 6,500 gold. The issue in that team fight was they were pretty split right there. Look out, they're also so far behind, but they're not doing any damage through their main carries. And Rabble really has fallen quite far behind. Drake started up right here. This is going to be Soul if Lost Ratones can grab it for themselves. There's no follow-up from Kaufland. And now, here comes Lost Ratones potentially looking to engage onto this fight.
It is Wisdom, though, finding a very nice Pop Blossom. but now they need to dish out the damage. It's a kill for Venur in the backline, but everyone else is just going down. Perfect reaction from Los Ratones as they realize they can easily pick up both Random, Jeskla, and of course Rebel as well. And now it's Venur and Wisdom against the world. They have to try and keep this game alive, keep the hopes alive for Kaufland to maybe go to a third game here, but it looks pretty done and dusted as Los Ratones are looking to pick up this inhib, maybe even go for more. In the end, it's really just 2 members left standing.
Yeah, I mean, you've got a wave coming in through the top side of the map as well. Venur, Wisdom, trying their best, like you said, trying to deal some damage on to Velia, but he's just got so much survivability. Anytime that you've got yourself that Thunder Supply, you can just sit here. Baus finally taking a little chunk of damage. Here comes the Grand Starfall.
Oh, he's a bit too far forward. The rest of his team not able to follow up as Jeskla is trying to kill Baus, but he's really just a wall in your face that you cannot do anything about. And now Reckless obviously dropping low, going down eventually, but is that enough? Vandals have been caught, Vandals have been pulled back. Baus on a killing spree, putting on a show, and the NLC first seed are totally living up to the high expectations. They are the defending champions, and they want to show that they can do it again. They have taken over the MLC by storm. They have struggled only to the smallest amounts, but they are taking this easily, and it's going to be the 2-0 for Los Ratones, who are doing the NLC fans proud.
Absolutely, they are. Los Ratones going to be able to pick this